Prophet Shepherd Bushiri has broken his silence on his decision to flee South Africa into Malawi whilst they were on bail over a pending court case. He says the consistent threats he has had with his family compelled him to make some hard decisions for the sake of their safety.
These threats continued to a level whereby in 2018 I had to, for the safety of my kids, send my kids back home to Malawi. And as I'm speaking to you, they've been here since 2018. At that time, one of my child was 4 years and one was 6. But because of the threats I was getting from these people in exchange of money and or arrests, I had to send my kids to Malawi, though they were very young. I had to send them to Malawi for safety reasons. As I've said, I informed a lot of agencies in South Africa, including the National Commission, the Minister, the IPD department that opened the case against them. The human rights groups in Malawi wrote the South African Human Rights Commission, and the South African Human Rights Commission also wrote the judge president of the Hawks, informing the office what I was going through. That is in 2018. I feel my life is not safe in South Africa. So many times I've had attempts of assassinations. I feel my life and my wife's life is not safe. I wouldn't want to die while my name is not cleared. This is the reason why I decided to come to Malawi after all the attempts I've mentioned, that I tried all those attempts to my power and my strength to be heard by all relevant authorities in South Africa. I was not heard. And this is why I'm in Malawi. I've arrived in Malawi, as I said, Wednesday night, and I'm here right now in Malawi. Unfortunately, our president in Malawi left for South Africa the day I had arrived the following morning, so I have not had any moment to discuss this issue with my government.
He said he had petitioned relevant agencies in South Africa to ensure that extortionists were brought to book, but his petition was to no avail.
As I've said, I informed a lot of agencies in South Africa, including the National Commission, the Minister, the IPD department that opened the case against them. The human rights groups in Malawi wrote the South African Human Rights Commission, and the South African Human Rights Commission also wrote the judge president of the Hawks, informing the office what I was going through. That is in 2018. Shockingly, in 2019, the same group of police officers I had opened cases against with IPID, they came to arrest me. I felt unfair and injustice because I have a case against them, and them to have a case against me, I thought they would excuse themselves from this case and have an independent group of investigating officers carry the case. But this did not happen.
In a widely televised special address, Prophet Shepherd Bushiri spoke about the charge of money laundering leveled against him since 2019.
And we were arrested for claims of money laundering. Of course, though, eventually in the court indictment, there was no money laundering. They attached my private jet on money laundering issues, even though eventually they have removed the money laundering case in the court indictment. And I wonder, why are they still holding my private jet if it was money laundering case that they were holding my private jet? Eventually they changed the case to contravention of foreign exchange, which according to me, the things they claimed applies to someone who is a South African citizen. I did not buy a private jet as a South African citizen. I was a foreigner at that time and did not hold any permanent residence in South Africa. As such, the act they mentioned did not apply to me as a foreigner who bought a private jet. More importantly, that I provided with the courts how I obtained the money and how I made the money.
He said he was in Malawi to seek intervention of the government in lieu of the injustices against him.
One, I am in Malawi, not running away from any trial in South Africa. If I wanted to run away, I couldn't have come to Malawi, and I couldn't have announced that I'm in Malawi. Running away you go in a country where you don't tell people where you are. Right now, I'm informing the whole world that I'm in Malawi, and I'm here in Malawi because I'm a citizen of this country. Therefore, I have come to seek for my government intervention over the following issues I'm going through in South Africa. One, that my safety in South Africa is not okay. I am seeking my safety to be considered, that the government of South Africa should assure me of my safety, as I have said that my safety is not okay. I have opened a case where I'm looking forward to have feedback from the government.
He outlined his demands for a fair trial, which he believes everyone was entitled to.
I'm not here to run away from trial. As I said, I would want to have this trial be done. But I don't think there will be fairness in this trial if these issues are not considered. One, that my safety in South Africa is not okay. I am seeking my safety to be considered, that the government of South Africa should assure me of my safety, as I have said that my safety is not okay. I have opened a case where I'm looking forward to have feedback from the government, whether the people have been arrested or anything has been done to the people who wanted to kill me in South Africa. In Santon, until now, I'm not being communicated. I also feel, as a second point, that there's a conflict of interest. I open cases against these people who all the times are the ones who are arresting me. And I feel that there's injustice. I can't have a fair trial in such regard, in such cases, where same people I opened the cases prior to them arresting me are the same people who are coming after me. One would wonder, in South Africa, are they the only police officers that the government of South Africa has? Can the South African government have a different independent group of police officers who can investigate independently, who have got no conflict of interest? These are issues that are really concerning me because I want, as any person, to have a fair trial.
Prophet Bushiri also alleged that there was a sense of xenophobia and was of the view that fair trial will be compromised.
Being a black person, being investigated by these 5 white police officers, having about 3 white prosecutors, and having a white judge, I don't think I'm going to have a fair trial. I want this also to be looked upon, that there is a fair trial that we are going through. So I'm in Malawi right now, not to abscond from any trial, and I'm not running away. I've not sold any property in South Africa. I have not exchanged any company. I have not transferred any money from any of my accounts out of the country. I have not changed anything. Everything remains as it is in South Africa. But I'm here to seek for my government intervention, of which I believe when I communicate with them officially on Monday, I believe they will intervene as their citizen to make sure that the South African government intervenes on these issues that I have